So Destiny 2 is a game all about loot, making sure you have the best weapons and armor for each activity. So when Witch Queen introduced weapon crafting last year, everyone was ready to make sure they had the best weapons with the best stats it could possibly have. But for the new player, weapon crafting can be somewhat confusing and a daunting aspect of the game. So in today's guide, we're going to be going over everything you need to know about crafting, including materials and how to get them, weapon leveling, patterns, and enhanced perks. So let's get started with crafting materials. So the crafting materials used in weapon crafting are Glimmer, obtained anywhere throughout the system by defeating enemies, Legendary Shards, which are obtained mostly from dismantling legendary gear, Resonant Alloys, obtained by dismantling legendary weapons, Harmonic Alloy, obtained by dismantling legendary weapons from raids, Enhancement Cores, obtained from Gunsmith, dismantling legendary gear, Activity Ghost Mods, and some missions such as Lost Sectors or Strikes, Enhancement Prisms, obtained from Raoul, Ghost Mods, Trials of Osiris Wins 5 and 7, Hero or Higher Empire Hunts, Legendary Lost Sectors, Trials Flawless Runs, Vendor Rank Ups, and Hero or Higher Nightfalls. And finally, Ascendant Alloys, obtained from weekly campaign missions on Throne World, Wellspring, Cryptarch, and Gunsmith rank ups. So now that we've gone over all the materials required to craft, how do we get a craftable weapon? Every craftable weapon can be found in the Collections tab by clicking on the Patterns and Catalysts area. You'll be able to see all of the craftable weapons in the game separated into their subcategories. In order to get a pattern for a craftable weapon, you're first going to need to obtain 3 to 5 of the weapon with Deep Sight. Deep Sight weapons will have a red border around it, and once you've obtained one of these, all you need to do is either inspect the weapon and interact with the red box next to the mod slot, or dismantle the weapon. Both will count towards the pattern progress. These weapons can be dropped all throughout the system, and every time you do drop a craftable weapon, it will have a chance to drop with Deep Sight. If you own the seasonal content in the paid track of the Season Pass, you'll also see an item called the Deep Sight Harmonizer, a rare currency currently only obtainable from the Season Pass. This will apply Deep Sight and allow you to get additional progress to the crafting pattern. These work on any weapon that haven't had a red border before, which basically means you can't just use one weapon and continually make it Deep Sight. You can only use Deep Sight on one weapon once. Once you've collected a pattern, we can move on to the next step. So in order to craft a weapon, you're going to want to head to the Throne World, and far off to the left side, you'll see the Enclave travel node. Head over there, turn around, and down the creepy stairs, you'll find the Forge. Interacting with this monster of a mechanism will allow you to begin crafting. You'll see Shape and Reshape. Shaping a weapon will craft it, and reshaping it will allow you to change the perks later, but we'll come back to that shortly. So let's start with shaping our weapon. So when shaping your weapon, you'll select the perks you want on it. If you note, you'll only have access to a couple perks in each slot, the rest saying it requires a higher weapon level. Don't worry, I'll get into weapon levels shortly. You'll also see this last slot for mementos. It provides no competitive benefits, and all mementos are simply cosmetic upgrades. Anyway, once you have selected your perks, you'll see the resources you'll require to craft this weapon. If you have enough, go ahead and shape your first weapon. Now let's talk about weapon levels. So each shaped weapon will have a weapon level tied to it. These weapons can continue indefinitely depending on how much you actually use that weapon. Primary weapons require the most XP, followed by special weapons, and then heavy weapons. You can earn a weapon XP just like you'd earn any other kind of XP by defeating enemies with the weapon or completing activities with the weapon equipped. Leveling the weapon provides no additional benefits, it simply allows you to select better perks when reshaping and masterworks on the weapon. Now that we've leveled up our weapon, let's take a look at reshaping. Reshaping your weapon will allow you to spend resources on selecting different perks. I personally just select whatever perks I can on the weapon, then go and level it, come back and reshape it with the perks I want. You will not be refunded for the original perks when reshaping, so don't burn through all of your resources by constantly changing out the perks on a weapon. Now, if you look at all the perks, you're going to see a set of perks with gold glows around them. These are called enhanced perks. Enhanced perks are upgraded versions of perks with slightly increased effects. They're nothing major to the point where you should only use crafted weapons, but if you can afford it, you might as well pick an enhanced version over a normal version. You'll also be able to select the frame of a weapon, boosting one of your stats by 10 points, such as impact, range, handling, stability, and reload. This is more or less a masterwork for your weapon. Once you've selected the perks on your weapon, go ahead and reshape it. Now you've successfully shaped and reshaped your first weapon in Destiny 2, and that's all there is to crafting. I hope you found this video helpful, and if you did, consider leaving a like or subscribing. If you want to connect with me or ask any questions, my Discord, Twitter, and Twitch are all linked in the description below. Until next time, happy crafting, Guardian.